Hey everyone, and welcome to our 1.19 Minecraft Let's Play. As with most things on this channel, we're going to be very build-focused with a medieval or fairycore aesthetic, and our goals for this series are to build or upgrade a whole bunch of villages and to hopefully defeat the Ender Dragon, since I've never actually done that yet. So I've already done a lot of the basics and made our tools and kind of decided that I wanted to use this village, which is pretty close to spawn, as our base of operations. I also kind of know that I want to build at the island across from this river. So for now, we're just going to grab some food, a door, and a bed to make sure that we stay safe, and we're going to go on a little bit of an adventure. I'm always really surprised by how many villages spawn in plains. Like, they're super easy to find. When I first started playing Minecraft, I always felt like I could never find a village, and now there's at least 3 all around at all times. So anyways, we headed over that mountain, and there's this beautiful ocean beneath us. Unfortunately, there's no coral reef, so I can't get anything to decorate our ponds yet. But I was able to grab some more wood. And it had some exposed coal, which is what I was really looking for. I spotted a shipwreck in the distance and made a boat for us to go check it out. It had some pretty good loot. Honestly, I really love this seed, because not too far from spawn you get oak, birch, dark oak, spruce, and a swamp biome even. I spent a lot of time gathering more wood, especially spruce, because I know that I use that to build a lot. At this point, our inventory was pretty full, so we went back to the village and put it in storage, and now we're heading out the next morning to hopefully find a cavern. When I first started playing on this version, I kind of felt like the land generation was really extreme and it was hard for me to get used to, but at this point, I kind of really like it. It's a lot more variety and the landscapes are a lot more interesting, and it's not that hard to clear out some spaces if you end up liking the flatland more. So I ended up spending hours in this cavern mining, finding all sorts of goodies. A bit further down, I was working on a small base when I noticed that there was an unusual amount of zombies. Just gonna fill this in so we don't accidentally fall down it later. And we found a spawner. This will be awesome for making an XP farm later. I know skeletons are usually preferred, but zombie works just as well. I think spider is the only one that's not the best to do that with, because the spiders keep falling up the walls. Now, sadly, for as much time as we end up spending down here, that is really the only diamond that we find, and there's only one in this little section here too, so we'll definitely need to go searching for diamonds later, because I don't think we find any in this episode after this. Now, I've seen a whole bunch of slimes in super flat worlds for creative before, but this is my first time actually seeing one in, like, a survival world. My axe did break while I was fighting them, but thankfully I still had my pickaxe. Finally, we found one of the biggest things we were looking for down here, which was a geode. I know a lot of you got mad at me last time because I kept mining the budding amethyst, like the blocks that they grow off of. I'm gonna be real, I'm probably never gonna pay enough attention to not grab those because I just kind of want the blocks to build with, but I do get the wisdom in leaving them there so it can regenerate. Anyways, I grabbed a whole bunch and dropped it off in our storage, when I kind of made a huge mistake leaving this little base. Now I saw him, right, and looked away immediately, because that's what you're supposed to do, but unfortunately, I guess I spooked him. And, yeah, I panicked. I did have full iron armor at this point, but I wasn't, like, emotionally ready to fight an enderman. It took me a long time to figure out how to get out of this situation. I was just kind of panic running, dumping our stuff, which we don't really need to do because I play with keep inventory. I'm too big of a sore loser to not do that. But I wanted to make sure our respawn point was set, try to heal myself. It took me a long time to figure out that he couldn't actually get me in here. I think the roof was just too low. So I finally did figure it out, made an axe, took him down, which hurts my heart, just like killing dragons in Skyrim, hurts my heart. But we did get an ender pearl out of that. So at this point, the biggest thing we needed to find was acacia wood, because I wanted that for the flooring. Fun fact, the acacia wood is actually the #1 reason that I started using resource packs in general, specifically Mizuno's, because the gray is just really, really beautiful. Now, unfortunately, the nearest savannah was 2,000 blocks away, so this was going to be a bit of a journey. Now, in true me fashion, I got distracted. This nether portal had all of the obsidian necessary in the chest to complete it, so obviously we had to go into the nether now. The biggest thing I was looking for at this point was quartz, but I was kind of hoping we'd spawn in like one of the nice forests. We don't. Yeah, we got the soul sand biome, which I forgot you move really slow in, so that was kind of scary because there were some gas around, but we did grab some quartz and there were some fossils nearby, so I was able to get a lot of bone from that. If anyone can tell me how to set up like one of those nether hubs or nether highways, I'm sure there's plenty of tutorials on it, that'd be great because that's probably super useful. I'm honestly not super scared of the nether. I actually think it's really, really pretty with Mizuno's. But anyway, so we headed back out. And we're actually pretty close to the savannah here. There have been quite a few villages on the way, but this one had some really funky terrain gen. I did bring a saddle with us, so we're going to be grabbing a horse soon so we can make the journey back faster. But there's really nothing of note in these villages. I do end up grabbing the brewing stand from the cleric because I wanted to use that in our base. I watched a whole bunch of videos to research how to do different things in the game because honestly, like I had mentioned, I've never really enchanted or brewed or done anything with villagers, and I'm hoping to in this series. So the idea of like villager breeding or let's grab this advancement real quick. But villager breeding or trading and anything like that is still a little foggy for me, but we're definitely going to be doing stuff with that later on. Let's see. Be my friend. Be my friend. Be my friend. Friend. Okay. What should we name her? I think our other horse in the 1.17 is Meadow, so I want to do something different from that. I swear, man, Plains has all of the loot. This chest had not one, but 2 tools with Silk Touch. That was like my wish list enchantment. Finally, time to refocus on our task. We grabbed a couple of stacks of acacia logs and quite a few saplings. I took a different path back than we took there and ended up finding this really cute like flower forest island, which was great because I wanted alliums and I'm pretty sure they only grow here. What are your guys' favorite flowers in game? I go back and forth between the blue orchids and tulips a lot. I also used our Silk Touch to grab these bees' nest. I think I got about 3 of them in total. So I know I'm going to be wanting making a lot of candles, so I definitely need the beeswax, I think. And I think that's about it. Maybe a couple more. So we made it back home and I dumped our stuff in storage. But there's just a few more things we needed to grab from the lush caves if we can find one. Now, I know what you're thinking. What happened to all of your levels? I was out trying to kill skeletons and I ended up finding this zombie villager, which I thought would be really cool if we could, like, you know, cure him. So I guess, forgot all those skeletons were there and tried to dig a hole to put him in. And yeah, I was shot. Anyways, we did end up finding an azalea tree, so we dug our way down. I figured I would use this entrance a lot, so I was making more of like a staircase. Honestly, I don't know why I didn't just dig the 3 blocks out this first time instead of having to go back and do it, because nobody likes jumping back up from the 2. But this was faster. I kind of wish I had grabbed some of these clay blocks while I was down here too, but I honestly didn't know what they were from just looking at them. Ooh, I hear babies. Where are they? Where are they? Let's see. I might throw out all of our resources and make a whole bunch of buckets just to grab a whole bunch of them. There they are. Well, we ended up grabbing 3 of them. There was a yellow, a white, and or maybe a blue, and a pink one. And now we're gonna head our way back out. We have everything that we need, so next episode we're going to be focused on building. I think you guys are really, really going to like the style of the builds for this series. Thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.